Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam
Asmadacharya Paryantam Bande Guru Paramparam.
Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara.
Om Sahana Bhavatu
Om Sahana Bhavatu
Sahanao Bhunaktu
Sahanau Bhunaktu
Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai
Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti.
Harihi Om
Harihi Om.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Harihi Om.
Harihi Om.
Okay. In the last class, we started with the first verse of Atma Bodha. So we are not completed it, we just started it. So once again, let us chant it and I will explain. Tapo Vishchina Papanam
Tapobhikshina papanam
Shantanam Vitaraginam
Shantanam Vitaraginam
Mumukshunam Apekshoyam
Mumukshunam apekshyoyam
Tattvabodho Vidiyate.
Atma Bodha Vidhiyate.
Sorry, Atma Bodho Vidiyate. Okay. So purified of their sins by austerities. China Papanam. How to destroy the sins? By austerities. Tapa. Tapobi China Papanam. When we practice tapas, all the sins get destroyed. Then Shantanam, peaceful, calm, quiet at heart. Vitaraginam, free from all cravings, all mental cravings, desires. Mumukshunam, apeksheyo, with a deep yearning for liberation, deep desire for liberation. For such persons, devotees, sadhakas, this text Atma Bodha is being composed. So it is an introductory as well as Mangalachara also we can say. It also indicates the target audience, whom this is meant for. Atma Bodha. Atma Bodha, is it meant for somebody who is preparing for studying medicine or somebody studying mathematics? No, it is meant for specific group of people, type of people. Who are those? Who are purified of their sins by austerities, by practicing sadhanas, austerities, discipline, and who are peaceful at heart, who are free from all the desires, cravings. Then there is a deep desire for. Please mute yourself. Okay, and there is a deep desire for moksha, liberation. For them, this Atma Bodha is meant. So naturally, it talks about the target group who are eligible for studying this Atma Bodha. Not everybody can study and understand this. So who is eligible to study this text? An adhikari. What is adhikari? Sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikari. So one who has sadhana chatushtayam. Sadhana chatushtayam is not mentioned here. Only 2-3 things are mentioned. One is vitaraga, vairagyam is mentioned. Shantanam is mentioned. But this is borrowed from Tattva Bodha. In order to explain, understand who are eligible to study this text, you must have people who have done, students who have completed Tattva Bodha, they know what is Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikari. If others have not studied, we'll quickly go through it. I cannot explain in detail because this is not a Tattva Bodha class, it's Atma Bodha. But it's very important to understand the qualifications. Who is Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikari? So one who has the Sadhana Chatushtayam. What is Sadhana Chatushtayam? Chatushtaya means fourfold thing. Sadhana means practice or discipline. Okay. So what are they? Viveka, Vairagya, Sama Adi Shatka Sampatti, and Mokshutvam. Viveka means, roughly in English, it translates to discrimination. Vairagya is dispassion. Shatka Sampatti is sixfold wealth, means sixfold discipline here. Mumukshutvam, desire for liberation. So now let us quickly understand what are these. First is Viveka. Viveka is discrimination. What is this discrimination? Discrimination between what? That we will see. Vairagya or viraga, dispassion, desirelessness. Shama Adi Shatka Sampatti, sixfold disciplines. Shama, it is not Samadhi, it is Shama Adi. Shama means, what we will see, what is Shama. Adi means etc. Shama etc. There are sixfold this wealth, discipline. That also we will see quickly. Then Mumukshutvam, desire for moksha. Those who are desiring moksha, they are called mumukshus. Mumukshutvam, desire for moksha. So, in short, we can say this. These are in D. 4 Ds are there. Viveka is discrimination. Viraga is dispassion. Shama Adi Shatkata Sampati, sixfold discipline. And Mumukshutvam is desire for moksha. This is in order to remember easily, quickly. Discrimination, dispassion, discipline, and desire for moksha. 4 Ds you can quickly recall. Now, these are all borrowed from Tattva Bodha. Sadhana Chatushtayam. What is Sadhana Chatushtayam? So, Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha. What is Viveka? Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha. What is Viragaha? Ihamutrartha Phalabhoga Viragaha. Then Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi. Mumukshutvam Cheti. Only 4 things which we explained in English, 4 Ds. It is given in Sanskrit. This sloka, this verse is borrowed from Tattva Bodha. So first we will see what is this Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka. Because Viveka means what? Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka. So Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. Only Brahman is the eternal truth. That is a permanent thing. All other things Sarvam Anityam, except that, okay, except that everything is Anityam. What is permanent and what is eternal? Only Brahman. Other than this Brahman, other than this Atma, okay, other than this self, whatever name we call, okay, Brahman, Atma, self, okay, Other than that, everything is impermanent. That is Viveka. This discrimination is Viveka. One should know what is permanent and what is impermanent, what is eternal and what is temporary. So what is eternal? Only Brahman. This Atman is eternal. This discrimination, if we know the difference between Atma and Anatma, and understand only Atma is real and all other things are Mithya, and only Atma is eternal, all other things are only temporary, that is Viveka. That is discrimination. So one by one we are going through. So after each short explanation, I will pause for a minute. If you have any question, you can ask that. Is there any question on Viveka? Those who have done Atma Bodha, there will be absolutely no questions. But in case anyone has not done it, so no questions, fine. Second is Viragak Kaha. What is Viraga? Vairagyam. Viraga and Vairagyam are same. They are both means dispassion. Iga Swarga Bogeshu Icha Rahityam. So what is that? Vairagyam. What is this Viraga? Because we all have these cravings, we all have these cravings. Our senses run towards sense objects. We see a good cloth, we want to wear that dress. We see good food, like the food that we like, immediately we want to taste and eat that. So many things are there, so many nowadays advertisements on internet, mobiles, televisions, everywhere we see advertisements in order to create desires. Because the moment we see a sense object, our senses run toward them, they get attracted towards them, and immediately we want to fulfill that desire. It is a human nature. Senses are there. As long as senses are there, they will run towards sense objects. Vishaya. Okay. Indriya is there, they will run towards this Vishaya. Okay. Ears would like to hear good sound, good music. Eyes would like to see pleasant forms, scenes. Okay. Tongue would like to taste delicacies. So many things are. Nose, if we smell, if we smells good fragrance, it is pleasurable. If there is bad odor, it is unpleasurable. It causes discomfort, pain in a way. So these things are natural. Okay. So does that mean we should not have any desire at all? That we should go and live in a forest or a cave, without owning anything? It's not that. We should have basic things in order to live comfortably. We should have good home, good amount of money, and other comforts, appliances, a transport mode, car, two-wheeler, whatever it is. We should have. Okay. It's not that we should be completely free from sensory pleasures, but we should not get addicted to that. We should not be pushed into a position without that I cannot live. Without coffee or tea, I cannot start my day. Whole day is spoiled. Without wearing good dress, I cannot go out. Without that relationship, I cannot live. Without this person, I cannot live. So we should not get addicted to it. Then what happens? Your mind will be always thinking about that only. Without that, I cannot. That means what? We are addicted to that particular thing or things. Okay. So let us understand that it is not total freedom from sensory pleasures, but it is freedom from addiction to that sensory pleasures. That difference we should understand. We should buy only what we need, not what we desire. We desire everything. If you go to a mall, what happens? We want to own everything, all the jewelry we see, all the watches we see, all the dresses, everything we like. But can we buy all of that? First of all, it is not possible. Financially, it is not viable. Other things, it will only lead to more and more cravings. We satisfy one sense, it demands more. It is like feeding a fire. You put fuel, it burns more. You put more fuel, it burns more. And seeking more and more and more. So craving is also like that only. If we yield to the craving, then it will demand more and more and more. We will never get satisfied. When such types of cravings are there, will we be able to focus on spirituality? Will we be able to study Bhagavad Gita or Atma Bodha or Tattva Bodha and focus our mind? Can we sit in meditation? If we close our mind, that dress will come into our mind. The dress I saw yesterday evening at the mall when I visited. Then what will happen? Mind will get distracted by these material things. So the pleasures.
I have a question, Acharya ji.
Yes, please.
How about some of the situations where you need to acquire something or you need to do something because you need to live in a certain society or you need to fit in? Does that also come under excessive craving or addiction?
No, if you define it as a basic thing, it is required in order to live in a particular society or particular circumstances. Yes. Suppose the temperature is 50 degrees. Okay. Centigrade. Then what it is not possible to live without air conditioners. That is why Middle East countries, everywhere there is air conditioner. Then
But what if in a society for that certain level of living, everybody has 3 ACs, whereas you need only one?
yes, that is where
Do you-
the difference between that need and greed comes, What you require is one AC and what you have 3 ACs. What you require is one car, but somebody wants 2 cars, 3 cars, just to show off, or just I have money, I buy and show it off. That is where the difference comes. That is where we have to define. Do I need this? Do I need this? Do I need a car which is worth of 10 lakhs or do I need a car worth of 70 lakhs? That is where the difference comes between this viraga and greed. Okay, there are certain basic things fully, even a yogi, sannyasi has to live, eat, wear dress, eat, have a place to live. Nothing wrong in it. These are basic things one should have. But I say,
My question is, let's say you have 10 friends, all the 10 friends have 2 cars. So necessarily to be in a certain situation, you need to also have 2 cars, like that kind of situation.
that
Where
is
peer
only
pressure.
that is only our imagination or illusion. If
Okay.
having one car, let them think what they want, because you know what you are.
Sure. Okay. Got it.
Then
Thank
we
you.
do not live for others. We have to live for ours only, for us only.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you, Acharya.
So neighbor has got a 500 liters fridge, so I also should have 500 liter fridge. No, there is no need. There are 6 people. We are only 3 people here. What is the need? Okay, something like that. You have to. These are all. No, there is no specific this general answer to that. Generally, we cannot answer this. Is there is a one answer to such questions. It is case to case basis. Specific reply can be given. It has to be analyzed. Under what context this is considered, whether it is a luxury or a basic necessity, like air conditioner. In a very tropical climate and this thing, it becomes an essential, isn't it? So in a normal thing, as you said, one AC will suffice, but we have 3 or 4 ACs nowadays in homes. Earlier we used to have only in bedrooms. Nowadays we have in even living rooms. Some people have it in bathrooms also, washrooms also. Okay, so there are 2 types of pleasures. One is this adharmic pleasure, immoral sensory pleasures. The pleasures that are not, you can say, prescribed by Shastras or approved by, enjoined by Shastrams in the scriptures. Another is dharmic, moral, sensory pleasures. You know the difference, what is right and what is not right. There are two types of pleasures. Okay, I want to buy an expensive item. One, I want to enjoy that. One moral sensory pleasure is I work hard and earn money and buy that. Another thing is I cheat or I steal and buy that illegal means. Then it becomes immoral. That is the difference. So experiences also, there are two types. Ihaloka bhoga. In this life, we want to have a good life, a good comfortable life. Okay, by having good amount of good money, good education, good job, good family, etc., etc., etc. And after death, we, most of us, want to go to heaven. Not everybody desires liberation, or people mistake it as liberation, going to Swarga. So after death also, many of us want to live a comfortable, luxurious, enjoyable life. We want to have good experience. That is paraloka bhoga, after death. Okay. So one should be free from these cravings. Buy only what you want. You want only what is the basic things. But don't be greedy. Otherwise, all the waking hours will go in chasing the sensory pleasures only. There is no question of spirituality. There is no question of studying and understanding scriptures. And there is no question of getting Atma Bodha, Jnanam, self-knowledge. And there is no question of moksha, liberation, at least in this life. Okay. Then third thing is Shama Adi. Shama is the first, the Satka Sampati, sixfold discipline. First is Shama, Adi means etc. So what is the Shama Adi Sadhana Sampati? Shamo, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam cha iti. There are 6 things. What are they? Shama, Dhamma, Uparama or Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam. There are 6-fold wealth. So one by one we will see. Many of you must be aware, but we will quickly run through it. Sama, what is Sama? It is Mano Nigraha, control, a mastery over the mind. Okay, that we discussed in the Viraga only, Vairagyam. We should have control over our mind. So we have class at 7:30 on Friday evenings. Okay, our mind says there is a nice film. No, today is Friday, a film has been released. No, all my friends, relatives are going to watch that film. So there is a desire, mind will say, okay, well, let us listen to the recording. Let me listen to the recording. Let me go and enjoy the film with my people. So that time, if we can control, if we have the mastery over the mind, you can say no. The film can be watched tomorrow also, or after few weeks or something, it will come on TV, OTT and all that. So that is the control. Mastery over the, when mind says something, you are able to quieten the mind, control the mind. That is Shama. Then second is Dhamma. So first is control or mastery over the mind. Second is control or mastery over sense organs. Okay, sense organs. So I want jalebi. No, I am fond of jalebi, let us say. Example I am giving, or you are fond of jalebi. Everybody knows what is jalebi. Our foreign friends, people from other countries also know what is jalebi. It is a delicacy in India. When it is fried in ghee, when it is hot, it is delicacy. Almost everyone loves it. So I tell my mind, I will not eat jalebi because I am already overweight and I am having diabetes. It is not good for my health. So I will avoid eating jalebi. But you are crossing and you are walking in a bazaar where there is a famous sweet shop where you are seeing that beautiful, delicious jalebis are being fried in pure ghee, clarified butter, and the smell of the aroma comes from there. Then what happens? Then mouth waters, because sense organs will run towards sense objects. So if you don't have that control over the sense organ, then what will happen? Whatever you have told the mind, whatever my mind I have told, I will control myself. That will go away. Let me eat today. Let me worry about diabetes or my obesity afterwards. No, that kind of control we should have. That is Dhamma. First is control over the mind. Second is control over the senses. Then third is Uparama or Uparati. Both are same only. What is that? It is withdrawal of senses from sense objects. We should be able to withdraw our senses from the sense objects. Okay, jalebi is kept in front of me. I have developed this ability to withdraw my sense from that. It is there, but I am not tempted to eat. Even if it is placed in front of me, garma garam, no, very hot, delicious jalebi, I will not be tempted to eat. That is Uparama. I have developed this ability to withdraw my senses from the sense object. Because sense objects will not disappear. As long as this creation exists, as long as we exist, sense objects will be there and senses will run towards them. It is our thing to control our senses. We cannot make malls disappear. No, we cannot make all the restaurants disappear. They will be there, but we should be able to withdraw our senses from that sense object. That is Uparama or Uparati. So far any
I
doubt?
have one question. Yes, yes.
Yes, please.
When we say it's mind asking this and that, and we should be able to control it, then I would like to know, sir, uh, who is this we? Who is this? I mean, when you said we should be able to do this, so I would like to know what we is what?
We is what? That is what Atma Bodha. When I say
Consciousness.
what
Yes,
do I?
I, self, yes. So that means consciousness. Or
Yes.
when you said we should be able to do this by, so what is that practice wherein we can try to have this ability?
Yes,
Thank you.
that is your sadhana. That we will see. We'll see.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
So
thank
when
you.
I say I, a jnani, what does he mean? When I say I am Nandagopal. I am so and so. I am a teacher. I teach Vedanta. I study here. Then what about a jnani? When he says I,
Hmm.
see what do they mean? They mean the Atma. So
Mhm.
that is Atma Jnana. So Atma Jnana means we should be able to understand and assimilate the fact Aham Brahmasmi. So somebody wakes you up and asks you, who are you? You can say, I am so and so, my name is so and so, I am this. No, that means we are still in Ajnanam only. We are not assimilated that fact. We have not become jnanis only. The day you are able to say, who are you? I am Atma. Okay. So when I say we or I, what do I mean? I mean the Atma only. That is what
Mhm.
we are going to learn. Atma Jnana. Atma Bodha is all about that. So
Can I ask a question, please?
yes, please. Yes.
The Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti, the first one is Shama, and that is Mano Nigraha, so control of one's mind. So if one is able to control their mind, then it is the mind that controls our sense organs and also our sense objects. So effectively, if you have mano nigraha, then that leads to dhamma as well, and that leads to uparama also. So why are those three separately described? Because all you need is mind control, isn't it?
Ideally, it should be, but it is not like that. So our mind says that I should not eat jalebi. Example I'm giving because it is easily understood by everybody. But I have told my mind I am very disciplined. I will not eat. But what happens? The smell comes, the aroma comes, the sight of that jalebi, my senses run towards. Even though mind has dictated that you should not do that, but I am unable to control my senses. That is why senses are called different. They are not different, given in a different separate category. Mind control is different, then sense control is different. And third is withdrawal of senses. There is a
Thank
reason. Your question is very valid. It should be ideal. No, in an ideal situation, if I controlled my mind, I have said my mind, no, this is not done. I don't want this. Then my senses should listen to it. I should be able to withdraw this thing. That is ideal condition, but it is not so.
Okay, thank you.
Because we are tempted by so many things, hundreds and hundreds of things every minute, every second, thoughts change, desires come in. Because all the world, all the sense objects enter through these sense organs and it is fed to mind, then mind desires. Then who makes the decision? Who is the final authority?
The Atma.
Buddhi. Intellect decides. And
Intellect.
who illuminates that intellect? That is the consciousness, that is the Atma. So it is in that order. Sense organs enter, sense objects enter through sense organs, and it goes to the mind. Mind analyzes and say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this I should own, this I should not own. Then the buddhi, intellect, decides what is to be done and what is not to be done. So there is a reason why all three categories are given separately. Okay, then that answers your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Okay. Then fourth is titiksha. Okay, what is titiksha? That is the ability to endure, ability of forbearance, the ability to endure the pain or discomfort or unpleasant experiences. Because life is not a bed of roses, we all know that. We experience both pain and pleasure. It is constantly happening. So when we face situations that are not pleasurable, that cause pain, then what happens? One should be able to withstand that, able to accept that, able to endure that, have patience without any complaints. Otherwise, what will happen? All the time we will be complaining. It's so hot, I'm sweating so badly, I will get dehydrated, so horrible. No, if it is cold inside, so cold, freezing cold, I am unable to do anything, So, complain always. Sitosna sukha dukkadi sahishnutvam. Because these things exist in pairs. If there is heat, then there is cold. If there is pain, then there is pleasure. These things are always exist in pairs. So one should be able to accept that, endure that. That is titiksha, and without any complaints. And whatever we go through, okay, whatever we go through, who is responsible? We should be wise enough to understand, if I go through some bad experience or painful experience in my life, who is responsible for that? External circumstances or external people or something else?
I myself.
I myself. In what sense?
It's my karma. I have done something, and so this
Exactly.
is.
I have done something. Because of that karma, I have to go through this. There is no point in blaming that person who is opposite to me, who caused this. The person, he or she, is only an instrument through which I have to experience this pain or pleasure. So instead of blaming that person, instead of blaming the circumstances, environment, if I understand these facts, if we accept this, then we can endure that. We can have patience without any complaints. That is titiksha.
Acharya ji, can I ask a question
Yes.
in continuation of the previous one? Like, I think there are many people, especially in youngsters, children, they understand they need to exercise, they need to eat healthy, but they're not able to exercise that control over the mind. You said Manu Nigra. Is there any way we can help them to cultivate that Shama Manu Nigra, mastery or over the mind? Any?
Yes, that is what we call that sanskar, na? Our culture, our values, we teach them,
No, the mind knows it, but they are not able to do it actually.
That is the duty of parents and other elders to instill that quality, because they are too young to understand all this mononigraha and etc. Shamadama, etc. So only thing is we should be able to inculcate that values, that this is not good for you. For example, before going to bed, you have to brush your teeth. That is good for. We have to develop them like that from childhood. That is the only way. At least till the age of 14 or 15, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
for younger children that can be done, but if they're for adults,
Then
any ways?
then karma takes over. Then if it is
Okay,
karma is
okay,
there, then they will be able to
okay.
control that. How many people? Oh, there are 7-8 billion people in this world, we can say. How many are interested in mumukshutvam? How many are interested in spirituality? How many are interested in coming to study the Atma Bodha? So how do you explain this? Why you are sitting in a class at 8 o'clock and somebody else is sitting and watching a show on TV or film, enjoying, laughing and this thing? How do you explain this? Even both are adults. Both have seen the world. They know what is good, what is not good. Then our prarabdha comes into play.
Right,
So,
thank you.
yeah, okay. Then this titiksha, there are two types of pain, because in happiness we need not endure. Everybody wants to be happy all the time. So nobody would say we'll have to endure happiness. But it is a pain. Pleasure we always enjoy, but pain is something we have to endure. What are these pain? There is physical pain, that is called vyadi, and second is mental pain, that is called adi. And life is what? Adi vyadi sahitam janma. Physical pain and mental pain, they are constant companions in life. Nobody is happy all the time and nobody is unhappy all the time. It is a mixture of both. Both will be accompanying us throughout our earthly life, or throughout our life in this earth. Okay, one should be able to endure. Then fifth one is Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Shraddha means having faith in the scriptures, having faith in our gods, and having faith in the words of the Guru. That is Shraddha. And you have this Shraddha, that is why you believe in Atma Bodha, scripture, and you believe in the teacher who is teaching us. That is why you are attending the class. That is Shraddha. It's a practical example why you are sitting on a beautiful Friday evening, weekend evening, instead of enjoying a film, going out or eating at a restaurant, you are sitting and learning scriptures. That is Shraddha. Fifth one is Samadhanam. Samadhanam is Chitta Ekagrata. Single pointedness of mind. Focused mind. That is one of the sixfold qualification. If you don't have that single pointedness of the mind, mind will wander. Okay, you have decided I earn for moksha. I want liberation in this birth itself. There is a deep desire, and in order to attain that moksha, because you are a mumukshu, one should have a single pointedness of mind. You may be doing so many things, but at the back of the mind, your focus will always be to learn these scriptures, Shravanam, then Mananam, then Nididhyasana. So that process you will follow. Always, you may be doing other mundane things, other things which are necessary for our survival or for our living in society. But the focus is what? I should get liberation, for which I will do whatever has been prescribed. That single pointedness should be there. Always should be there. Then only you can progress spiritually. Otherwise, it is not possible. That focused mind is very much necessary. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra also, that is very much insisted. Focused mind. Single pointedness of the mind. Then finally, mumukshutvam. What is this mumukshutvam? Moksho me bhuyat iti ichcha. That deep desire, I should attain moksha. The intern's yearning for liberation is called mumukshutvam. The one who has mumukshutvam is called mumukshu. So these are the sadhana chatushtayam, fourfold qualifications. Okay. So after acquiring these fourfold qualifications, one becomes an adhikari. Adhikari means an authority. We say police adhikari, that adhikari, this adhikari, like that. In spirituality is also the adhikari is there, but the explanation is different. When we possess all these fourfold qualifications, we are fit to inquire into the truth, self-knowledge. Does that mean now we are studying Atma Bodha, I am teaching Atma, are we expert adhikaris? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. But at least we have certain level of that qualification. That is why we are drawn into this spirituality. Instead of enjoying the Friday evening, we are able to sit and focus on this Atma Bodha. Just a minute, please. Please. 5, 6, 2, 6, 1. Oh, sorry, I am back. Now it's clear. Any doubt on this sadhana chatushtaya sampatti?
No, Acharyaji, thank you.
Okay, so all of you have understood. So now we are also adhikari. Maybe not 100%, but we are all progressing in that direction. Okay, that is why we are studying Atma Bodha. Your interest in Atma Bodha, your ability to patiently sit and listen to the lecture, and your ability to withdraw your senses from sense organs. There are so many temptations outside the world, but you are sitting in a room, shutting the door only, away from all the things, and you are able to focus. Okay. So now somebody was yes. Somebody was asking, how do we get this sadhana chatushtayam? How to gain this adhikaritvam? So Shankaracharya says, how we explain, get these qualifications, how do we obtain that? By discipline, by tapaha. Tapa is what? Austerities. So whatever sadhanas that you follow, that is tapa. If you follow karma yoga, if you do karma yoga, that is a tapas only. Then if you do upasana yoga, that is also a tapas only. If you practice ashtanga yoga, somebody's mic is on, I think. Please mute yourself, it causes disturbance. Okay. So if you practice karma yoga or upasana yoga or ashtanga yoga, they are all tapas only, sadhanas. You may follow any method, any path, but they are all sadhanas only, tapas. So all kinds of disciplines are tapas only. For example, this discipline of choosing to attend Atma Bodha class on a beautiful Friday evening weekend is also a tapa only, tapas only. Okay. So does that mean that whatever tapas we do will directly give us these qualifications? Shankaracharya says, all the tapas that we practice, they remove the sins, the papams. Okay. We should have certain punyam, papams, if they are destroyed, then Vedantic qualifications, these fourfold qualifications can be obtained. Tapovi china papana. People whose sins are wasted, people whose sins are destroyed when constantly tapas is practiced. When we do these sadhanas, what happens? It destroys the sins. Okay. With this, we complete.
Acharyaji, like for someone who doesn't feel like you're saying attending the class, this is not a tapas. You enjoy it. So does that mean that Atma is in that part of the journey that it doesn't even feel that this is tapas, I'm sacrificing something to attend this, or I enjoy this more than the movie?
It is not the Atma that experiences. It is the you. It is the I. It is the ego. It is that I sense. I am ahankara and mamakara. That enjoy the Atma is same only. Atma is not affected by all these things. It is our anatma, our mind. Our mind says these are all bogus. Don't waste your time attending Atma Bodha class and all that. Go and enjoy the life. There is only one life. If God does not want you to enjoy, why He has given you all the wealth, all the comfort? People will argue like that also. You are a fool to waste your life like this. Practicing austerities when you can own good things and enjoy life. We are doing all the nonsense. That is a mind only. It is anatma, not the atma. Atma will never tell you anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So with this, we complete our first verse, and let us go to the second verse. I'll chant. Please follow. Please unmute. Bodhonya sadhanebhyo hi
Bodhonya sadhanebhyo hi
mokshan mokshaika sadhanam
sakshan mokshaika sadhanam
Pakasya vannivajnanam.
Pakasya vannivajnanam
Vina moksho na siddhyati.
moksho na siddhyati.
As fire is the direct cause of cooking, so knowledge is also, and no other form of practice is the direct cause of liberation. Liberation cannot be attained without knowledge of the self. That is, without Atma Jnanam, liberation is not possible. As I told you in the introductory classes, this Atma Bodha is a beautiful text. Why? It is because of the examples, beautiful examples given, metaphors, to explain the point that is being made. These are first of the many examples that we'll be studying in the various verses. So in this, Shankaracharya says that even though for cooking, we want to cook something nice for dinner, maybe khichdi or that variety rice or something, for example. So what do we need? We need rice, we need vegetables, we need water, and we need certain types of vessels. Okay, they are necessary to cook that delicious meal. Okay, but what actually cooks the meal? Does water cook the meal? Does water cook the meal? Or does the vessels, the utensils we use, that they cook the meal? No, actually what God cooks is the fire. So fire becomes the direct cause of cooking. Okay. In the same manner, knowledge of the Atma, Atma Jnanam is the only way. No other discipline, no other practice of austerities or disciplines or rituals, they cannot be direct means to attain liberation. Okay, then what is the purpose of these austerities, the sadhanas that we were just talking about, disciplines that we were talking about? It is chitta shuddhi, purification of heart, purification of mind. Okay, so that helps us to progress spiritually. That gives us spiritual growth and makes it fit for studying scriptures. So this cooking example is a beautiful example. So going back to preparing the meal, so we have bought all the food items, rice, vegetables, ghee or oil, whatever it is, no other spices, everything. Okay, has the cooking begun? No, cooking has not started. Okay, then we cut the vegetables, wash the rice and place it in the vessels. Okay, in a pot, are they nowadays? Electric pot is there, nutri pot is there, instant pot is there, slow pot is there. So many pots are there, and naturally we use our gas stove and cook. So most of us do it. So in modern days, heat can be taken as the example, but in olden days it was necessarily fire only. Okay, so we have placed everything on a pot. As the cooking began? No. Then we have put it on the stove, gas stove. Has the cooking begun? Again, the answer is no. Now we have lit the burner and fire started. Now has the cooking begun?
Yes.
Yes, cooking has begun. So if we apply the same logic, this example, Karma yoga we have already started, you know, karma. Whatever we do karma, we have converted it to karma yoga by dedicating it to the Lord, God. Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. You all know that. Whatever I do, I offer it to the service of the Lord. I surrender it to the feet of the Lord. I do it for the God only, Ishvara only. Then whatever result I get, I accept it as prasadam. This is karma. With this attitude, if you do any karma, then they become karma yoga. Even a simple act of eating. Before we eat, we say prayers and eat. Then it becomes a prasadam. That eating becomes not a karma, but karma yoga. So karma yoga we are all doing, let us say, as the liberation come? No. By karma yoga, upasana yoga, ashtanga yoga, chitta shuddhi has come. Purification of heart, mind. Has the liberation come? Again, the answer is no. Then we are talking about other things, you know, shama, dhamma, chitta, ekagrata, etc., etc. Sadhana chatushtayam. Liberation has come? Again, no. Then we have approached a guru, surrendered at his feet and requested for knowledge. Guru has started teaching also. Has the liberation come? No. So Shravanam, the learning part, Ajnana Nivritti, removal of ignorance, we have started. Has the liberation come? No. Then Mananam, we have entered the phase of Mananam, Samshaya Nivritti, okay, removal of doubts by contemplating. Please mute yourself. Okay. So, Mananam, Samshaya Nivritti, contemplating upon the facts we have learned, analyzing that, removing all the doubts. Has the liberation attained? No. Then, finally, Nididhyasanam. Now, the fire stage. The fire, Nididhyasanam started means you have lit the fire for cooking. The actual cooking has started. Okay, now it has started coming. It will come. It will lead to moksha. So why this is given? This example is given. Why this verse is composed? Is somebody may ask, sir, if only Jnanam can give liberation, only Jnanam is the way to liberate. Why should I go through all these things? Okay. Why not directly go to Atma knowledge path? Why do all this karma yoga, upasana yoga? It is like saying only fire cooks the wood. Let me go to fire only, or let me eat the fire only. It cannot. We need preparations. These preparations are our sadhanas, like karma yoga, upasana yoga, ashtanga yoga, etc. Without these preparations, which will lead to chitta shuddhi, which will lead to atma jnanam, which will lead to moksha, liberation. This is the process. This is the step. So that is why this fire example is, fire is a direct cause of cooking, is a beautiful and simple example so everyone can understand.
Acharya, can I ask a quick question, please?
Yes, please.
The biggest criticism of Acharya Shankara is that he does not propose the bhakti yoga, and he only proposes jnana yoga as the ultimate ultimate door for moksha. So where you mentioned upasana yoga, karma yoga, all those things, they lead to purification of mind, but doesn't necessarily need to lead to moksha. So when you meant upasana yoga, are you also referring to bhakti yoga?
Yoga, yeah. But they are one and the same thing, upasana. So it is not that Shankaracharya doesn't propose all these things. He very much recommends everything. These are the things we require in order to get this Atma Jnanam. Because without mental purity, Chitta Shuddhi, Antakarana Shuddhi, it is not possible. If mind will not be able to comprehend, study and comprehend these scriptures. Intellect will not understand it. It will not make any sense. So they are very much necessary. Without that, one cannot go to Chitta Shuddhi and one cannot go to Atma Jnana. What do you meant to say that bhakti will not directly give you moksha? Like, there is an example given normally. In South Indian mandir, here also, in South Indian mandirs, there are various entrances, to enter. You can enter from the front, from sideways also. There are 2 sideway doors also, you can enter. But in order to enter that sanctum sanctorum, Garbhagraha, how many entrances are there?
Only one.
Only one. You enter the temple, okay, by front entrance or side entrance or the right side entrance, left side entrance, you entered. That is the only way you have to enter first. But in order to get darshanam, in order to go to that sanctum sanctorum, you have only one door. So Shankaracharya says only that, only jnana teva kaivalyam. Only jnanam can lead to moksha. There is no other way. Like fire only can cook the meal. You can say cold salad I can eat. That is for an argument's sake, People say I can cut vegetables and add, certain this thing, spices and the thing, and eat it as a meal. No, that can be done once or twice, but no, we cannot survive on that, live on that. So like that, other things are very much necessary, like vegetables are necessary, rice is necessary, water is necessary to cook a meal. We cannot just neglect that. They are very much required. But ultimately, only fire can cook the meal. And similarly, only Jnanam can give this moksha. So people who criticize Shankaracharya, they have not understood or they have not reached a certain level of that spiritual maturity.
Thank you, Guruji.
So Atma Bodha is, it is the only means to moksha. It is not one of the means to moksha. So mumukshu, the people who desire moksha, they have no other choice except have obtained self-knowledge. Okay. That is a question answer here. Then why practice so many sadhanas? So we should practice because they are not direct means, but they are indirect means to moksha. How indirect? Because they lead to chitta shuddhi or antakarana shuddhi or mental purity. Then that leads to self-knowledge. Because one cannot understand the scriptures, analyze it, and assimilate it without antakarana shuddhi, mental purification. That is not at all possible. So we all have certain level of antakarana shuddhi, chitta shuddhi. That is why we are able to sit in a class, listen patiently, and able to study, understand, analyze, do Shravana Mananam Nidhyasanam, etc. So jnanam only can give moksha. All other things, sadhanas, they are indirect means, not direct means. Like cooking a meal, all the indirect means, water, vessel, etc. Direct cause is the fire. So jnanam only can give moksha. So long as we don't know our own self, so long as I don't know what am I, then these sadhanas will not matter. Okay. So long as I don't have fire, I have not lit the fire, whatever beautiful, tasty, delicate delicacies, delicious vegetables I have put, ingredients I put, it will not matter because the food has not been cooked, meal has not been cooked. So only Atma Jnanam can lead to moksha. This is the explanation of the second verse. With this, I will conclude and pause for a minute for any questions. Okay, if there are no questions, I assume that all of you have understood well,
Thank you, sir.
and we will close the class. As I told you earlier, you can post questions in the group also. We will explain. The others also can benefit. Somebody doesn't want to talk, they can put it in the chat box also. I will keep on checking in between. Chat also you can ask questions. Okay, let us say the closing prayers and complete. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Vishwabhag Bhavet Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Mrityungamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Tat Sat.
Thank you,
Om
Acharya.
Namah
Thank you, Acharya.
Thank you.